and it's legal. I put legal in air quotes, but it's legal theft.
We're the Armed Attorneys. Today we're talking about pawning your firearms, and why, frankly, you should never, ever do this. Before we get started, show your support for the Second Amendment by hitting the like button.
And to start this conversation, this comes up more frequently than I thought it would.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a huge problem because we have an intersection of, collateral loans, pawn, and federal firearms license dealers' discretion to transfer firearms.
Right. I mean, pawn shops are FFL dealers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so what we see is, when you pawn a firearm, you're putting it up as collateral and getting a loan for money. And then let's say you want to retrieve that gun, you go and you want to pay your pawn ticket back, repay your loan in order to get your collateral back. And then we run into a giant headache. And what is that, Emily?
Yeah, they are FFLs, right? So not only do they follow all of the FFL rules for transfer, which I can't tell you how many people I've talked to who go back to pick their gun up, and between the time they purchased that gun years ago and now, their backgrounds, they're no longer eligible, right? They can't get the gun out of pawn. But also the pawn shops have discretion about whether or not to sell it back to you because they're FFL dealers.
And this isn't all pawn shops. I mean, we've spoken to lawyers at big corporate pawn shops who have implemented policies to, stop this. If everybody's qualified, they're supposed to be returning the gun back.
It tells you something that we have had conversations with lawyers from corporate gun shops about not giving guns back, though. That's how far this goes.
Yes.
Right?
But there are, less scrupulous pawn shops who use this as kind of a bait and switch and legal theft technique, and it's something to be avoided. And that's really it. Don't pawn your guns because, your federal firearms license dealers there's no law that requires them to transfer a firearm. They're given discretion. And so when someone goes and tries to get their collateral back, they use that discretion. And a lot of these pawn shop folks are getting really good deals on firearms that are property that they wouldn't otherwise get a deal on. But
yeah. Assume you're not getting that gun back. So if you really need the money, go sell it.
Right. Exactly right. But that's really all there is to it. We hope you enjoyed this short discussion. If you did, hit that like button, consider subscribing, and help us fight the anti-2A algorithm by sharing this video.
Question and comment below. And if you want to do something else to help us out, you can always become a channel member, either in YouTube, Patreon, or Subscribestar. Until next time, we're the Armed Attorneys.